We're not indestructible. As a firefighter, I always thought that I'm indestructible.
For 32 years, Gerard Saunier has been living his dream. Now he's a district fire chief in Lafayette. For decades, Saunier ran into blazing buildings while everyone else ran out, fighting the flames, all while taking in the smoke, soot, and toxins. 30 years into his firefighting career, his profession caught up with him.
And when we went to doctor's office that day, he just dropped the bomb on me. Yeah, well, it's cancer. You know, like it was no big deal, but it was like somebody punched me in the chest.
A recent study released looks specifically at firefighters and the risk of cancer. Patrick Morrison with the International Association of Firefighters explains the results.
We have a direct link from the job of firefighting, the toxins that firefighters are taking in on every single fire that they run. But they are taking in these toxins into their system, and what we're seeing is a higher rate of cancer.
Specifically, cancers that hit the respiratory, digestive, and urinary systems, including increased chances of colon, rectal, and prostate cancers. Saunier is not only living proof of that himself, some of his Lafayette brothers are too.
In the last decade, we've lost 4 firefighters to cancer. I was pallbearers for their funeral. So that was the weird part of it, you know, and then when it came to my turn, I was like, you know, devastated by it.
Saunier was diagnosed with the beginning stages of colon cancer. After 1 year of radiation and chemo, he cheated death.
Our track record here in the department was you get cancer and you struggle for a year or so and you're gone.
Saunier says he has no history of any cancer in his family. He says up till 10 or 15 years ago, firefighters took on flames all suited up. But when it came time for what's known as overhaul, which is going back in to make sure that the fire is out, firefighters took off their air packs and did not monitor air quality.
A lot of times you'd be overhauling, your eyes would be burning from the gases and, you know, those toxins enter your body, whether you inhale them or through your skin.
Now, Morrison says firefighters are required to keep their protective gear on and monitor the CO2 levels before re-entering a burned structure. Decades ago, burning homes were made of wood or natural fibers, but today, materials are more dangerous.
Today, in a typical house, we have so many different products that we did not have decades ago in the fire service. From plastics to computers to all the synthetic carpet.
Despite firefighters wearing a protective suit, the smoke and toxins can seep through the smallest hole and sit on the skin, and the extreme heat only makes it worse.
Normally during a fire, the firefighter is vasodilating. They're trying to cool off. Everything in their body's trying to cool off. So every pore on their skin is opening up to cool that body off. You have this layer of soot and toxins laying on your skin. It is moist, then it's compressed by the fire gear. It's almost like a direct route right into the bloodstream. We are extremely concerned with that.
Morrison says 3,200 firefighters or first responders to the 9/11 tragedy have had some sort of cancer, and 92 firefighters with the New York Fire Department died from cancer. It's why 38 of the 50 states have passed a presumptive disability law, Louisiana being one of them. How does it work?
If a certain cancer that a firefighter comes down with, they've been working for so long, that it is presumed that that cancer came from the job. Doesn't mean they're going to get the benefit, but the presumption now is with the firefighter.
That law on the books provided much-needed relief for Saunier, knowing he would not leave his family with all his medical bills had he not been so fortunate. Now cancer-free, Saunier is back on the job as district fire chief.
What I do is just orchestrate what happens at a call. I don't fight fires. I don't gear up anymore.
Would you?
Oh, I would in a minute, in a second. I miss that part of the job.
Knowing that your job is what gave you cancer, you would still go right back to it?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I might do little things different, you know, wear my air pack, not pack down when the fire is over and stuff like that. But no, I love the job.
Louisiana passed the presumptive disability law back in 1995, and then in 2004 it was amended to include additional types of cancers, including those that do hit the respiratory, digestive, and urinary systems. For the 9 News investigators, I'm Karen Chawla.